Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren, and if you're just joining me, then thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. It's very echoing in here because I am moving out, so I've taken quite a lot of my furniture and stuff out, so now it's like acoustics who. But yeah, so this is part 2 of my Black Lives Matter videos, where I spoke with some friends on a Zoom call about their experiences of racism growing up, and their opinions on stuff like the Black Lives I'm good if I can speak today. Their opinions on stuff like the Black Lives Matter movement, Blackout Tuesday, and their sort of awareness and what they feel that we can be doing more of. So it was an amazing thing to do. I really learned so much, and I consider myself someone who's quite educated anyway, so I do feel like you will learn stuff too. If you're white, it's really important to just watch this with an open mind and absorb that information and learn how we can improve, educate, spread awareness, and just really do our part as white people. But yeah, I really hope you guys do get something from this and that you do find it an interesting watch. If you feel that you would like to share afterwards, that would be so great because it gets the word out and spreads that awareness. But yeah, here is part 2 where we will be discussing the Black Lives Matter movement. What do you guys sort of feel, or what do you want to say, or what is important to you about the Black Lives Matter movement at the moment?
I think one of the main points is to kind of pull the wool from our eyes now. It's time to be real because it's racism. There's no sugarcoating. There's no painting over it in that writing. Like it's racism, and it's something that I feel like we need to target now. And if people actually start to come to terms with it and be real and be realistic with where we're going to go in the future, because okay, cool, what's happened in the past has happened in the past, but we're going over the same thing. Like like the ignorance needs to stop now. Like there's black people that live here, like you said, Kaylee, LGBTQ, the community are here as well. Asian community are here as well. And these people are not going to go anywhere. Black people will not go anywhere. No one will go anywhere. We need to start to learn to just accept the fact that we are all as one people.
I would say just like little things when people are like in their friendship groups and like they feel like they can make little racial jokes or like comic things when people of colour aren't around, but they say that they wouldn't say it in front of like someone that's a person of colour. It's just don't say it at all,
Yeah.
regardless to whether someone's around that could be offended or not, because you might slip up and say it, but you shouldn't be saying it anyway, like just because they're not around. I think like calling people out when they're doing stuff like that is like the first like steps for people to start change.
I would say for everyone, no matter your skin complexion, to when you see racism of any form at all, again, call it out. There's certain words in life that people don't want to be called. No, no, even if you are that thing, you don't want to be called it. People don't want to be called a racist. People don't want to be called a paedophile. People don't want to be called a rapist. Sorry, there's certain words that are so extreme that people don't want to be called them. So when you see it, call it out, because that will shame people into doing the right thing regardless. We are always too scared to call things out because it's like, oh, I don't, that seems like such an extreme word. It is an extreme word because the hurt that you're causing is also extreme. Now is the time that we need to just build the courage to call people out. Businesses, if someone in your work is being out of order, do you know what? If you get fired, you get fired. Call them out. Call them out. Do you know what I mean? We are so scared. Like all of us are just so terrified to just call stuff out. Do you know what I mean? And the only time we ever feel like we can is kind of when someone else calls it out first. We're too scared to call for ourselves. I hope that there's more there to protect people that do call it out, especially within the workplace. So I hope that, especially within the workplace, when people do call out racism, it's just not the case of people losing their job. It goes down on your criminal record. That's what needs to happen, because it won't happen no more. Then no one's scared of losing a job anymore. No one is scared of losing a job because you can get another one. It needs to go on their criminal record that the reason why they lost that job is because they were racist.
I think also to go off the back of that as well, like having the education there, like if we were all educated, and I'm talking for myself as well, I feel like I have to educate myself on what's going on, like for the past, just so I can know how to conduct myself in. And again, it shouldn't be something that I should be doing, but I feel like I have to, just to make sure I've got my back. To my people, do all the education you can on the law, how you conduct yourself when you're stopped by somebody of authority, just so you're not caught. And again, we shouldn't have to do this, but you're not going to catch us out. We're not stupid people.
Yeah.
And like I keep on saying, like, education is key. Once you're educated, you are wiser, you are more open-minded to whatever it is that's going on in the world. You can process that information properly because you have that knowledge. You have other things to go off. Okay, cool. I've heard of this before. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like you can come up with something. Education across the board with everyone, my black people, white people, for the ignorant ones, and Asian people as well. There's, I've seen quite a few people from the Asian community actually who I follow, and people who are, who I know who follow, who've had like some crazy things to say, and it's like, but we're all in the same boat, So education.
And how do you guys feel about the Blackout Tuesday that happened? How do you guys feel about the black squares, about people just posting the black squares, about I know that I personally have struggled with people I know and people I love doing the bare minimum, to be honest, literally not saying anything else, not doing anything else, and then posting a black square because it's basically a trend. And that is why I deleted my black square in the end. I transferred my caption because I wanted to still say what I said, but I put it with some awareness because I didn't like the fact that I'd participated in something which had basically turned into a trend, and I was reading that more and more of the black community were uncomfortable with it because it was just for performance. It was just like an influencer thing to do, and although I think it did make people stop and think, I just wondered what because again, my opinion is whatever, but it's not really relevant. That's why I'm just trying to do what the black community, like, use my voice to amplify theirs, which is obviously what's being talked about. But yeah, I just wondered what your guys' thoughts were.
What you did though, Kano, is something that will actually implement some change in how people go on. I don't know how I feel about the black box, if I'm honest. I think it was, and I've done it myself, but I think I'll keep them on my Instagram page. Just, they need to be there. And I think we'll see a lot of the people who did it for a trend after, give it a couple of weeks. You go on their Instagram page again and you see whether or not that black square is still there. You'll see. But that's my take on it. I don't know.
There was people that I went to uni with. Like, my course was like, it's known because it's an urban dance course. So every single thing that we're doing, it's come from black culture. There's people that were in my year, bearing in mind there's probably like 50 people maximum in my year. So we all know each other. That always used to be like, oh, like, they'd like find me funny, be like, oh, Rachel, like, you're my best friend and all this, and haven't posted anything to do with Black Lives Matter. Yesterday, the first ones to post the black square. And I'm just like, okay. And it's just like, you're only posting it because you're like, it's very obvious if you haven't posted it. We can see that you haven't posted it because it's not there. But I don't know if I should have been, but I've been like looking to see who was actually supporting it and stuff, because to me it feels quite personal if people haven't been like, I'm not expecting everyone to post everything on social media. If you don't post that, like, that's you. But even some people have just been messaging me privately just to ask if I'm okay, or saying let's see what's going on, they support me. When people aren't doing that, and I kind of subconsciously know that they're not doing anything behind the scenes because I know the type of people that they are, but then to my face that they're all right. Like, what happens in a circumstance if I'm very grateful that the UK is not as like aggressive and stuff as the US, but what happened if I was out with one of them and something happened to me? Would they not tell people, say that it was wrong and stuff, and they call themselves my friend, and they're not doing anything, so they're like, because they don't care, or they don't want to do it because it's not their problem. Like, it could turn into like something like that. So it got to me a bit yesterday, but I'm getting past it.
But you shouldn't have to get past it. Like, your feelings are completely valid and important. And I know so many people who feel let down, and I feel let down by my friends, not personally, obviously, and I'm not trying to say that I feel in any way like you do, but I just mean I feel disappointed in the people that I call friends that haven't done more. And I can say that as a white person, sometimes you do really struggle because you think, I don't want to say this, what if I offend, what if I don't get it quite right, have I thought about this perspective, that perspective, what do I say, like, what do I do? Like, even when I asked you guys for your like honest opinions, and I saw stuff later that was like, don't go straight to your black friends and ask them what you can do, and I immediately was like, oh my god, I didn't mean it in that way. And there is, like, of course there's a lot of like whatever, but that comes from the pressure of it being like a taboo subject because we don't talk about it. I mean, I've got friends who like struggle to say the word black because they're like, is that the right word? And I'm like, but they are black. Do you know what I mean? It's the black community. Like, people are so scared to even say the word black, and that is understandable, but there comes a point where you kind of have to pick yourself up and go, well, then I need to educate myself, I need to read, I need to talk to people, I need to read blog posts, I need to follow you know, black influencers, black people who are out here being activists, and see, you know, get more of a feel for how I should be conducting myself and the voices that I should be amplifying.
My thoughts with the Blackout Tuesday, I have such a mixed opinion on it. To begin with, like, I've had these conversations with Paige and stuff, because I really called out my university friend yesterday in the group chat. I literally just in the group chat, I literally just said, like, look, I'm messaging you guys. I see you guys as my friends. I've studied with you. I've lived with you. Like, and now I need you. Like, I need your support. I need you to repost. And some of them viewed it, and they didn't repost. I was really upset. So I was like, okay, but you were the first ones to celebrate me at the Student Radio Awards for getting Best Specialist. Specialist is what's different. What's different is I played black music. That is why I won that award. So you can't celebrate that, but then not also stand up for me when I need you to stand up for what's different about me. And after me commenting, showing that I was upset, they posted it. And then Paige was just like, well, why? Because you know it's unsincere. Like, why you know it's unsincere? So there's that side of it. But then there's also the side of that, you know what, that one unsincere mind that still posted it, that may go out to 300 other people that may be sincere. So even though I'm just like, all they've done is a black square and that's it, it was beautiful to go on Instagram and just see how everyone just blacked everything out. It was beautiful to see that people was showing it. So do you know what, even if people have done it for a trend, do you know what, that's wrong on you. But I'm happy that other people have seen it. I'm happy that other people have seen this movement is taking place, and it is important. You will not see any other content today. You will not see someone posting selfies. You will not see someone trying to sell you their latest brand. You won't see that, because of what's important now is this. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? So even though some people, I do think we're unsincere, it will show up because of what have you posted today. I know that everyone has gone onto someone's Instagram to see whether they've posted. Everyone has done it. Everyone. So now you've done that and you've seen that they've done the black square. Now go on every single day and see what else they're posting. And if they're not posting anything else, then continue to have your issue. Continue to call them out. I don't care who I offended anymore, because we've been offended our whole life. I do not care anymore. Do you know what I mean? People think I'm indirecting them. I am indirecting you. I do not care anymore.
I was saying it's mad because Twitter is literally the news.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. A social media website.
Not reporting the news. I don't trust half the things that come up on Facebook, and Instagram's pretty much just repost of stuff that's on Twitter anyway. Twitter is where you actually see everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, I'm trying to imagine older generations, and such a barrier to them understanding the issue is the fact that they are seeing what they're being given, as opposed to like on Twitter where you're literally seeing everything raw, uncensored, really uncomfortable, emotional footage, people's opinions, different perspectives. Like, Twitter is the place for all of that.
And I saw a tweet the other day. Someone was saying, like, people in the UK don't think racism is as bad or even exists because, like, we ain't taught about it in schools. And someone commented back saying, actually, I remember for a whole semester in year 8 we learned about it. And I was thinking,
when?
First of all, when? Because all I watched in my whole school life was Roots. That's literally the only thing that we ever did about Black history. And also, you're in school for 14 years and you spent 6 weeks, probably an hour a week learning about Black history, and you've covered the whole of Black history, and that's what you need.
Yeah. You know what you've just said, Rachel, I literally was having this discussion earlier with my brother. I think majority of people that you speak to, they will be told that for Black history, they all watched a film to do with racism. An older film to do with racism. A lot of people did. That was the education. And the problem with that is that it shows no development. When we talk about World War II, we showed that they had the street party, it ended, and this is the development moving forward. You can't just show someone a film that ends in racism still happening, because they don't understand that we're past that. That's not okay anymore. We've moved past it. You can't just show someone a film of people being lynched and this is how it is. And because in their mind, you at that age, you're a sponge. You soak things up. You don't understand things properly. So a teacher just putting on a film of Black people being treated as slaves, etc., but not explaining, right, this was before, this is what's happened since, this is what Martin Luther King done, this is what that changed, and showing the whole timeline. They won't understand that we're not there anymore.
Yeah.
You can't use the terms that were said in the film. That's not okay anymore, because you just leave it at that. But that's why everyone needs to keep protesting, because like there's so many laws or things that could be put in place to change things for future generations. And do you know what makes me laugh? For the longest time, yeah, I think a lot of time politicians say, yeah, it's going to happen, but it's going to take a few years. With coronavirus, I've seen a lot of laws being passed very, very fast. Laws can be passed a lot faster than what I thought during coronavirus. So now I'm just like, don't tell me that you're going to do it in a few years, because it takes a few years to pass, because you're just quick to stop us having sex in other people's house. That got turned down real fast. So with that energy, I want you to turn around the laws for us just as fast.
So much hate, racism, ignorance comes from just not being educated. That's simple. Simple as because I think if people really knew, they actually wouldn't be racist. If they really genuinely understood, they wouldn't be. But not everyone was lucky enough to grow up in. Like, I was very lucky to grow up in, even though I was in a predominantly white area, that I grew up with parents who openly spoke about other cultures and encouraged me to be, you know, open-minded and to meet everyone with love, and I was taught about equality. But some people weren't as lucky as me, and some people grew up in areas that were racist, or had parents that were racist, or never experienced a black person or an Asian person. And then when you meet something that you don't know and you don't understand, a lot of people, especially if they don't learn healthy coping mechanisms, turn to aggression. If we just learn about this in schools, like, I was so interested in history, and I saw a similar tweet that was about like, oh, you don't learn anything about black history in school, and someone had quoted it being like, you literally learn about 1066, which is the Great Fire of London, the Vikings, the Romans, the Tudors, the World Wars, and bloody medicine through time, or whatever it was that we did, or American history. The most I did about any other culture that wasn't white was literally when we did Native Americans for a semester in sixth form, you know? And like, that's crazy. You're not taught. British history is not taught. Like, we are made out to be such fucking heroes in British history. And if people just understood, like, this is what gets me so mad, is that, do you not understand what we owe to these people? Do you not understand what our ancestors did? Do you not understand that the whole reason that third world countries are third world is because we created that for them? We raped their women. We literally, like, we stole everything that they had. The reason why there's places in Africa that are so poor is because they were rich in oil, and we stormed in there and took absolutely everything, and kept taking it, and then left them in famine, in poverty, with nothing. And then we've just gone, oh well, whatever. And then people sit here and go, well, why should we help other people? Why should we help them? They're so far away. Why should we bother? It's not affecting us. Because we did it. We did that. Like, we colonised, we went round and fucked up the rest of the world and took what we wanted because of our skin colour, and now we think we can behave like this. That is crazy. But people don't have this knowledge, so they don't. They can't even have the brain capacity to even comprehend that.
I know everything that you've said. I'm not even going to repeat it again, because it's facts. What you said there, everything you said is true. I think the only reason why it's not taught in school, and I'm not trying to back it now, the only reason why I think it's not taught in school now, is because it's I think it's a guilt complex, if I'm honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're guilty. That's what it is. And if you taught these kids about what that big prime minister back then did, or whoever it was, and this person who's gone to the Caribbean and gone to India and gone to Africa to go and take what they want, that's what they can't deal with. It's fear. It's fear and it's guilt, and that needs to stop.
And you can say, I know that wasn't personally me, but I can still make change because of what I know my grandfather's grandfather's grandfather will have done. You know, even though that's not me personally, that doesn't mean that I can disassociate or like push it under the carpet about what my people have done to other cultures.
Again, like yesterday when I was posting stuff on Snapchat, like, I had people messaging me saying like, sorry that you had to go for it, and I'm like I appreciate that you're sympathetic or whatever and you're feeling like some type of way from reading my stuff, but I don't want you to apologise to me. It wasn't you that's done anything to me. I just want people to know that it happens and see it and maybe like read it and think twice. You don't have to apologise to me. You didn't do anything to me. Like, so I don't want people to feel like guilty because of what's going on. just be aware, and like now that you know, you can say something.
You can't apologize for something that's happened to me. I in my eyes, I look at it like this, like you said, you haven't done it to me, so you apologizing for what's happened before in the past compensates for nothing. Make the changes. Make the changes then, because what is an apology going to do? An apology is not going to go and it won't bring back George, it won't bring back Breonna, it won't bring back Trayvon Martin. This is what angers me. It won't bring people back. So what can we do to stop that from happening to other people, to stop that from happening to our own sisters, our own kids in the future, our own brothers, our own fathers, our own mums? Let's stop the bereavement for our mums. I don't want to hear no apologies. Let's stop it.
Talking of what you just spoke about with, like, again, talking about the school syllabus and things like that, something else that I've just been really reflective, to be honest, at the moment, and something else I also reflected on is a lot of the time in school we're taught about stereotypes, and a lot of the time it's stereotypes which is behind racism and creates racism. And I think we're not taught that in school. We're literally just taught that, oh, this is a stereotype of, like, give an example. And this is the thing, in my school, we even got told to give examples of what a stereotype is. So it's like, so this is an example of what a stereotype is, rather than saying, this is racist.
Right.
That mindset behind thinking this is racist, we're just taught that it's a stereotype and it's kind of okay because we're taught about it, and it's fine, it's okay to stereotype that. When you are shopping in Selfridges and the security guard follows you around, it's because we're told that from a young age that the stereotype is that white people have more money and black people, they don't have much money, so why would they be shopping in here? So the security guard's going to follow you around because the stereotype is that they think that you don't deserve to be in the store because you can't afford to be. It's these stereotypes which is behind every single movement of racism that happens. And it's mad, because I was even thinking about it, it's that embedded in us now that the security guards in the nightclubs, they're not even white security guards.
Exactly.
They're black security guards, they're Asian security guards, but it's embedded in us so much. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say in school that I never thought, oh, if I've got a black boyfriend, so he's hard, automatically he can fight, he's hard. I've even had that stereotype when I was in school because it's embedded in me that much from such a young age that these are the stereotypes of black people. And it's not just stereotypes of black people, we have stereotypes of Asian people, we have stereotypes of gay people, that they have to be flamboyant and I don't look gay because of I'm feminine. It's these stereotypes that we need to break. They are not okay for you to stereotype people. That is racism.
I can't believe the things that you guys have said. They've been so powerful, and I really couldn't have asked you for more. And this isn't for me. This is to help show other people and to help spread awareness. But if there's anything else that you guys kind of want to say, then that this is your time.
To anybody who's watching out there, like just learn to love. Like before anything else, you got to learn to love, and whether that comes from yourself first, whether that comes from learning how to love your neighbor. Learn to love so we can come together as unity. And if you need to ask questions to the relevant people, ask those questions. Don't be afraid to talk out. And for my people as well, I'll go out, my heart goes out to all of my people, and we will stick together till the end of time, until we can get equality with the rest of the world, and we can push through it.
One thing that I do really want to touch on at the moment, and another realization that I've had during all this, is how important donations are. For the longest time, when someone passes away from police brutality or just something suspicious, a lot of the time I never actually understand the donations. I just assume it's just for a funeral or it's just for the children of whoever's been lost. I've never actually understand what we're giving money for. Now, with George Floyd, I realised so much how important donations are, because again, it allows families to do investigations that otherwise they're not able to do. And let's be honest, like, there's a lot of conspiracy, there's a lot of things that the police will hide. Do you know what I mean? So it's mad that now that his family could afford to do their own investigation, like his now second degree, and now the 3 other cops, well, former cops, have also been charged as well. So without that funding, he wouldn't have been able to have that. He wouldn't have been able to do these investigations. Like, sometimes, especially in America, like, your case is only as good as what you can afford it to be. Straight up. So this is why donations are so important. And while we're on lockdown, you may just have spare money, whether it's £5, £10, whatever it is. Just donate. And I think a lot of people aren't, because it's not so much something that you can really shout about. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't see people screenshotting and saying, oh, I've donated to the fund. So with all this energy, it's easy to repost and look good, but are you donating? Donate something, even if it's £5. And not just, like, obviously donate to George Floyd, but there's so many other cases as well that need the money as well. Donate.
My last thing would be, like, just to, like, educate yourself, because you're not going to get it from anywhere else. Like, anything that I know about Black history has come from my dad, because he's a Black man. Not everyone has a Black dad, not everyone has a Black mum to teach them about, like, what's gone on. Like, in any culture, some people, if you're adopted, you might have not been adopted into the same culture as what you are. People need to know about their history and all history. So I think just about educating, like, even the things like microaggression, to avoid people feeling uncomfortable, just to look it up. Like, don't ask me why I can't braid hair just because Black people braid hair. Like, can you braid hair? Like, if you can't do it, why are you expecting me to be able to do it? Just little things like just looking up. Obviously, you're not going to be able, not every single thing that comes out your mouth, you're going to think about it twice. But at least if you're, like, reading up on it afterwards, you might apologise for it afterwards, or you'll not say it again to somebody else. It's just all, like, the education that I'd push forward as well.
Girls, thank you so much for being so raw and so honest and so willing to come on camera and talk about these issues and your opinions. So thank you so much for your time, and I love you all. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Massive thank you to Rachel, Hope and Kaylee, who really came and spoke raw, honest emotion, and really gave it their all and gave me so much information and helped educate and helped change my perspective on things, and now I feel, like, motivated and I'm ready to get out there and just do more. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and share, and I will link part 1 down below if you haven't watched that, and I will also include links to ways that you can help with the Black Lives Matter movement. But yeah, take care, guys, and stay safe. Thank you so much for watching.